Kim.
And we are glad you're here with us today to talk about our stitching and other stuff. Merry Christmas. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, we are majorly gearing up for a big week.
It's going to be a little mini update today because Sarah and I were just talking. Neither one of us have a whole ton to share for various holiday reasons.
We're doing all kinds of other things like wrapping presents and
getting gifts. I love having a big family, and our family isn't that big to begin with. I mean, I had 4 kids, but everybody's got husbands and wives and fiancés, and now there's 4 grandchildren. And when you start wrapping presents for all those people, even though maybe they only each get 3 things, wrapping takes a really long time. Really long time.
I haven't really started enough at all. I've done a few, but
feeling bad for you, honey.
I have a lot to do for wrapping, and I'm waiting for a few more things to come in the mail, probably tomorrow, and then hopefully the next day at the latest. Yeah. If not, there might be something that doesn't come.
I have one more thing coming, and then I'm done. And 2 things came today that have to be wrapped, so then I'll be done wrapping.
Yeah.
But I hope everybody is getting themselves ready to go. And I feel like in the past, I've always been feeling really crunched for time this weekend, like the weekend before. But I think because I'm not making any gifts for anybody this year, that took away some of the pressure.
Yeah.
And like last year, I didn't want to bake any cookies. I didn't want to do anything. I don't know why I was so.
I know. Well, I know.
I don't know why last year.
I made more of the cookies than you did, maybe, which is
fine. But I'm not making a ton, but I'm gonna make fudge today, and I'm gonna make spiced nuts for the first sweet and spicy nuts for the first time ever.
Oh, that's
and anyway, so I
told you about this already, but I made these salted caramel pretzel chocolate bars last night from Mel's Kitchen Cafe. I'll put the link in the description box. Oh my gosh.
Good.
There's a layer of chocolate shortbread, a layer on top of that of caramel, upon which you sprinkle sort of broken up pretzel sticks. And on top of that, you do a layer of this peanut butter fluff. It's just like peanut butter and powdered sugar and, just like peanut butter. And then on top of that is a thick layer of chocolate ganache. Oh my gosh. And then you refrigerate it. So it gets hard. So it's kind of like fudgy and chewy and crunchy and salty and sweet. It's like everything good in one.
She showed me a picture. She taunted me, eating one in front of me today.
Earlier.
So please pray.
I will have plenty to bring. It made a ton. They're so good. Yeah. We will not be eating them all before this week.
And I was going to say, I made a bar cookie that I used to make a lot when my kids were little, and my mom made it a lot. And we always called them lemon squares. And Sarah and I were talking about this because she makes real lemon squares with the yellow, everything's real yellow. And these are not lemon squares. These are
more like a custard. They're more traditional. I think what people think of when they think lemon bar. Yeah. That's what I make. I didn't even buy the stuff to make that this year. I probably have it all. I should probably make some of those. Those are Jessie. Jessie loves them.
Well, this was and I think I got this recipe from my mom, who got it from my great aunt, and it's a shortbread crust, and then you mix up. It called for.
Well, you said it was like walnuts.
Walnuts, but I used pecans. So you chop up pecans and brown sugar and butter,
like a caramely layer,
and eggs. It's like almost like it reminded me a little bit of a pecan pie kind of filling. And then you make this, you could just eat it by the spoonful of frosting. It is butter and powdered sugar and fresh lemon. Oh my gosh. And they don't look fancy. They don't look like anything spectacular, but you eat one little one and you got to go back and get another one because it's just such a good combination. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in any cookbooks. I've got lots of cookie cookbooks. I've never seen anything like that in there. So if you've ever heard of that and you call that lemon squares in your family, let me know because.
Yeah, I wonder if it's like a regional thing that. Yeah. Because the lemon bars that I make are more like a shortbread crust with a lemony custard on top, and then you just sprinkle powdered sugar.
Yeah.
They're really tart. So they're a little bit too tart for me. Maybe I just need to add more sugar in the custard part.
Maybe.
But they're supposed to be really tart. Whereas the ones that I remember you making growing up, when I think about lemon squares, they weren't quite as tart as that because there's not quite as much lemon
No, there's no lemon in the middle of it at all. It's totally different texture and everything. So anyway, we've been busy getting ready. So our stitching has been very limited this week. So but I didn't even, my birthday was Friday and I didn't even stitch on my birthday. How sad is that?
So sad.
I
think you probably wanted most to do.
I know. I wrapped for like 3 hours and then I don't even know what else, cleaned. So, but we've got a little bit to show. So this
and the girls have a little to show too. So I'll let Liddy go first. She actually doesn't have any stitching, but I told her she has been working really hard on coloring these things, and they are gorgeous, like works of art. This is the color book that you gave her for her birthday, right? Did you give her this?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So pick your favorite. I told her she could pick her favorite because
okay.
Just pick your favorite. No, you have other things to show, but maybe next week.
Can I show my
You didn't already take your favorite?
So you didn't even work on Little Harry Potter? I'm so sad.
There, you show it.
All right, ready?
This is from that World of Flowers by Joanna Botsford.
Oh, wow, Liddy, look at that.
Bring it up.
I wish I had a garden that looked like that every summer. That's beautiful. What a beautiful job you've done. Are you doing them are you doing all the pages in order or are you jumping around?
All the pages in order.
Oh, okay. You know, this is another side note. When my little
title page,
when these girls were littler, I would try to find the old-fashioned coloring books that I grew up with that were just not associated with a movie or a cartoon character. They were just coloring books that had scenes in them, or you could find Christmas ones that had like Christmas scenes in them. And then I never could find them. And then adult coloring came in.
Adult coloring came in. Now all of a sudden you could find those.
Yeah. And so these girls have several of these books. And I wished I'd had those kind of books when I was growing up to color in.
I have also one called Flora and Fauna. It's like animals made up of flowers and like fairy houses and tree houses.
That's a pretty one. We got that one at Hobby Lobby.
I bought it.
Yeah. I have a Christmas one that I think you passed on to me when you kind of cleaned out your adult coloring stuff. And I was a little bit the other day with Millie. Okay, Millie. Rosie doesn't have anything to show. Millie does. So
okay. Thank you for showing us, Liddy Lou.
Really quick because we're just doing this kind of a speedy.
Yeah, this is a quickie because it's getting really dark.
And our family just finished reading the first Lord of the Rings book. So we've been waiting and waiting to watch the first movie. And Jesse wanted to do that this afternoon. It's like 4 hours because of course we're watching it.
They're so long.
We had to pause it so we could do this before the light goes. Okay, so
you're coloring too?
As well.
Nice job.
I did all the
I'll show
lovely. Is yours all fish? Is it a sea life one? I can't remember.
Sea one.
The whole thing is it the Lost Ocean?
Yeah.
It's the same Joanna Botsford,
it got really beat up somehow.
It is pretty beat up. Well, you've just had it a while and it's kind of come apart a lot and there's so much in here. So then you also, if you haven't seen these color books and you're looking for another hobby, these are really fun and there's like hidden things in one called Enchanted Forest, the Lost Ocean. I have the Enchanted Forest.
And Amazon has them. Hobby Lobby carries them.
Joann's often has them, and like they're kind of bookstores often have them. They're kind of popular.
Yeah.
She also does have a cross stitch.
I
finish.
You have a finish. You finish your little SAL.
Fully finish it. This is the Free Garden SAL by Doreen Jones.
Cute.
Just the one little square. It's so cute. It like makes me think of a little postage stamp. Maybe that's how we should finish it, with like a zigzag cut on the edge.
Okay.
That's really cute.
And, she also has been working on her knitting.
Have you started decreasing?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I think you're probably pretty close. She needed to do 7 inches. I measured, sort of.
Pop it on your head. Sit down. Oh, cute. That's going to be so cute on you. You're going to love wearing that.
It's so soft, too.
Yeah.
Is that all?
No itchy.
Okay.
Good job.
They're cozy jammies for our movie afternoon.
Yes. I'd like to get back at my cozy jammies. I stayed up till 2 o'clock.
I know.
Finishing up the wrapping.
Well, I got out of I had on like jeggings, I think, that I wore to church with I have a little dress on. And I got home and I bought on, since I'm doing ballet lessons with the girls. I didn't really have good clothes, so I bought myself a Leo, like a little bodysuit that snaps at the crotch. And then I bought these super comfy, they're almost like, do you remember those MC Hammer pants that are really, really loose but tight at the ankle? Yoga pants, like things. I bought myself a pair of those, and I haven't had anything like that. I've only had leggings, basically.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they're so comfortable. I never want to take them off.
I sewed you pants like MC Hammer when you were.
Yeah, I think I was probably in 2nd, 3rd grade.
When we were living in the rental house. Yeah, I remember sewing those for you.
All right.
So much fabric. Okay. I didn't bring anything from the vault because I think I've showed most of my Christmas.
Okay.
I got a few little things around. Huh?
I have stockings.
Oh, your stockings. Yeah, we got oh, that's the first one you did, right? Liddy's?
Nope, I did Rosie's first. I did Liddy's, and then I did Millie's, which I showed Millie's a couple weeks ago. Then last week when we were at your house, I forgot to bring it. This is Shepherd's Bush. I forget which one this is, but you could easily go to their website and just look through all their stocking patterns if you wanted to see. So, okay. Yes, I'm showing your stocking right now.
So cute.
So yes, this is Liddy's. And
Hey, Carrie, what do you think if I cross-stitched us? Did I just freeze again? No. If I cross-stitched us these Shepherd's Bush stockings, would you be impressed?
I would be very impressed.
That is so cute. Because he loves doing stockings so much anyway.
I love the little seams on the bottom of each of them.
So cute.
Each pattern comes with the whole alphabet, so you can use all, the whole name.
Mm-hmm.
And the charm pack is, I think, about $25, but it comes with all the.
And it's not that many colors of pearl cotton. It's not like you have to have 50 colors.
Oh, it's probably between 15 and 20, I would think. So there's
Is it that many?
Charms. I don't know. Well, there's a couple different greens. This is baked apple, which is overdyed. What is that?
Mm-hmm.
Classic Colorworks probably. This was one of the overdyed. So I got the greens and the red. And then there's another shade of red somewhere. Maybe this was 321 pearl cotton.
Okay.
The ecru, I just used ecru, not the overdyed thread. This is the baked apple, I think. See, you can see the two.
Are those done with? Are those done with?
Oh, then there's.
Are those done with pearl cotton or regular floss?
Pearl cotton, but it's DMC, so the colors are the same.
But you just said Classic Colorworks. They don't do pearl cotton.
Yes, they do have a.
Do they?
Well, whatever the pattern calls for, I can't remember if it's Classic Colorworks or Weeks, but somebody has a pearl cotton overdyed.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Number 5 or whatever it's called. Number 5. I don't even know if they call it pearl cotton. Now I'm trying to remember. This is the first overdyed thread I ever worked with. So at the time when I got this, I didn't even really at that point realize that overdyed threads were like a big deal.
And so I'm now in a different location, and it's not clean because we're trying to hurry before we lose our light.
So of course there's stuff everywhere all the time.
Yeah. So back to these beautiful stockings.
Okay, so this is now the first one I did. Oh, this is the back of Liddy's, just so you can see. We just finished it with a green, kind of olive green polka dot. And it's got stitching them together, like assembling them, is my least favorite job, like in the whole world. But this is Rosie's. So this is the first one I did.
Yes.
Here, I'm trying to get.
I love the little seams at the bottom.
I do too. So Shepherd's Bush, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Like all these little kind of primitive patterns.
Oh, they're such keepsakes.
And each girl, I think, picked theirs out, or at least I gave them some choices.
Yeah, you did. I remember you telling me you did.
That I showed a few weeks ago, because she wanted to be unique, so she didn't want an angel, which was fine. Actually, I was kind of excited to stitch one of the Santas.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, this is.
Well, if I stitch Dad and I one, I'll give them to you to finish for me.
Oh, no, you won't. You'll have to just get somebody else to finish those. It is the worst job ever.
Can you just finish it without?
It's figuring out how to stitch the, what is this called?
Piping
in. And with this one, I made the piping.
Yeah, that I would never do.
But this one I didn't. I bought piping, then I tried making it with Liddy's because that's what the directions from Shepherd's Bush say to do. And It's telling me you want to enter the waiting room.
I'm here, aren't I?
Like your computer is trying to log in.
Oh, can you just ignore it? Or is it going to cause a problem?
Ah,
What?
I'm not trying to report you. Okay.
Dad messing around? My laptop, maybe?
Maybe. Don't report. There we go. I'll just have to cut that out, or we'll leave it in. Anyways. So then with the most recent one I did last year, I bought store-bought piping again, but it is so hard for me to stitch. Like, you can even see how imperfectly I did.
Well, honey, don't you just pin it and then pin your front and back together and then turn it right side out after you stitch it?
Yes, but to try and get this to lay, not like bunching, and it's just really hard for me. I'm not that good of a seamstress, so I think that's why.
I think maybe if I did them, I wouldn't do the piping.
Yeah, you could just maybe some other way to do it even. I don't know. If I were going to do another one, I would start exploring non-piping options.
Yeah.
Although they do look really pretty with the piping.
They do. And yours looks fine. I just don't want to do it.
It's fine. It's just a real hassle. Okay. Do you want to show any whips you have?
I have no vault, but I have a couple little puny whips to show you. I just want to point out too that over here where I'm pointing, that little bin is recent purchases that I've shared on the show. And that basket down there is all whips. And there's more behind that red chair. Those are not my active whips. Those are the whips that I pulled from. So I did work a little bit with the needle and threads, Brenda Gervais, Mary and Minty. The camera's at a funny angle on here, so I feel all discombobulated, but I worked on that tree.
I worked on that too, so I'll show it again for people who maybe can't, if they can't see it very well.
So anyway, I did a little bit there, not a ton, but like I said, I've had several days, which is not like me, not to have stitched at all or even knit.
Yeah.
And then I did work a little bit on my magazine monthly challenge. It was my winter's piece.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty.
Kind of a glary magazine picture, but I did work on it a little bit. And what I worked on was the star.
Oh, yeah.
And I put in blending filament Krennic. Let's see.
In the star?
Yeah, it's probably not showing up very well.
Oh, that's your needle. Something's shiny, but I think it's just your needle.
There,
Oh, yeah, now you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I stopped at that point because I had enough.
It's hard to work with blending filament.
I love how it looks though. And then I worked on the swirl. I mean, I really didn't do that much. I mean, the star took me a while just because threading that into a needle, and you have to do shorter lengths. So you're
I wonder if you need a bigger eye.
Well, I kind of have a bigger eye needle anyway. I'm not very
needle
good.
threader. You need a needle threader for when you work with Krennic.
I probably have
That's
some.
what I should probably use next time I have to work with Krennic. It would probably be so much easier.
Filaments.
They like split and they won't go in with your regular yarn. Oh.
No,
It's so pretty when it's done though. It's going to be
I think the first time I thread it, I got it in with the regular floss.
Mm-hmm.
Second time I had to do the floss and then put the Krennic in.
Oh yeah, I've done that way too.
Yeah, but anyway, I like how it looks. I was thinking I was going to do more of the blending filament in like Mr. Snowman, but Mr. Snowman's not getting any blending filament. Maybe these snowflakes will. I have a white.
Well, that would be pretty.
It's not as well, I have two. I could do a silver sparkle.
That'd be pretty. Oh yeah.
Or I showed these a couple weeks ago, or I could do this pretty opaque.
The opalescent kind.
Opalescent kind. I don't know. We'll see.
It depends on how much you want it to like glitter and how much you want it to sort of just sparkle.
So that took up a chunk, and then I did work for a very few minutes on my Alicia Paulson, which we're doing that stitch along with StitchedLit and Pins and Petals and Pins. And Heather Miller joined too along. She's been doing it.
Yes.
So I'm working on that sweater.
Me too.
Behind.
I think you're ahead of me on that sweater though.
It's kind of a gray green.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah. think that's all I did. And really, folks, that is what I worked on this week. So this is, yeah.
All right. Well,
What'd you do?
so I actually did quite a bit of crafting. I didn't bring it down because I'll just show it next week after she opens it, but I made Rosie a little hood and it's so cute. It's like pastel and it's a little bear, but it's all pinks and yellow golds and it's really cute. So I'll show that next week. I made that all in like a day and a half.
Precious.
Finished off all my Etsy orders. So check, everything's sent off all the giveaways, etc. Got all that done. So I've been working on a pair of these for a gift for a friend. So I have one done. This is the Susie Rogers reading knits, and this will fold under and be like a little, it'll be like a picot edge at the cuff. So I got one done, and I am about to start, this is what I've been working on while we watch the Fellowship of the Ring. I'm about to start the thumb gusset for the next one. It's going really fast. This yarn is a little hard to work with. I can't remember what it is. It's just from Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
I have to look at the label. Hint of,
I think
I have to look in it.
I'm gonna have to go down.
Soft, but it also does not have a lot of, it's not stretchy. It's much more like, no, it's not very elastic. So it doesn't cling onto the needles as well. So I have to work really hard to just kind of make sure each stitch slips over onto the correct needle. Yeah. Also, I did too much stockinette. So I ended up forgetting to start the thumb gusset because we were just watching the movie and I like knit up to here and then thought, oh, I have to rip out like 8 rows, which is what happened just before we started recording. So as soon as we stop and watch the movie again, I will go back working on those. Worked on Things of Winter as well. In my cute project bag. See, I'm on the sweater as well, but you're further than me on that. Yeah. Let's see, what else? I'm saving the thing I worked the most on for the end, for my last one to show. I worked on my little egg gatherer from Nora Corbett.
You worked on more than I did.
It's this one from this cross stitch, Better Homes and Gardens cross stitch and needlework. And I worked a lot on her basket because I thought I'm tired of working on her dress. I need to work on something else. So.
Oh, look at that! You got a lot done.
I know. Yay! I really still love working on this one. It's just really. Yeah. It's got to be that the fabric is nice to work on. I really think.
I will after Christmas. I'll make them.
Oh. And then, okay, I think I'm safe to show these. I'm working on finishing these ornaments. What's that book called? The Christmas by Veronique. What's her face?
I'm gonna get it. I think it's in the basket behind me.
So I'm working on finishing these. I still need to go buy some like ribbon or trim of some kind to glue. I'm just gonna hot glue around the edges. This shape did not come out great. I was freehanding an oval, but I'm thinking I used a little Warm and Natural. Yes, that book, Christmas, The Magic of Christmas to Cross Stitch. That's right. So these are in there. And then I did. So you guys.
Oh, by the way, I saw somebody on Facebook that had just posted this finished one, Sarah.
Oh gosh, cute.
Precious.
So just as a quick explanation of what I did, because I've never really finished, I've done a couple little pillow ornaments, but I've never done anything that's like firm. 2 pieces of sticky board. One that and then I basically laced around the edge of this fabric on its own and this fabric on its own, and then drawstringed it tight around the sticky board, and then glued this in, and then mattress stitched along the edges. So it's really tight.
Lace it this way or just do a running stitch around it?
Did a running stitch around it and then pulled it like a drawstring bag, and then it just tightened right up around the edging. It worked the best on the round ones. This one, but it worked pretty well on this one too, I feel like. The edges are not like super crisp, but I'm not that worried about it. And I'm, like I said, I'm gonna glue some kind of trim around after I go to the fabric store. I'm not like the best, you know.
And sewing is
pretty good. I feel like that mattress stitch isn't bad. And it's going to be covered up anyway, so it doesn't matter. I just really liked how tight they were versus gluing them, which would have kept them more like 2 separate pieces stuck together. I wanted them to feel like one coherent piece.
But you stuck the backing piece is a separate piece.
The piece has its own, and the cross stitch piece is its own sticky board, and then I put them together and mattress stitched around the edges of both fabrics.
Oh, after you stuck them together.
Yeah, I didn't even, well, they ended up being glued together because where where I attached this was I put glue on both this side and stuck it, but I didn't do any glue anywhere else. And the only way these two pieces of sticky board are together is the mattress stitch. I didn't glue.
Oh, I see. I was thinking, why is she mattress stitching the edges of those? I thought you were just doing it for a decorative thing.
No,
I didn't realize they were together.
To make them the sticky board on the red piece and the sticky board on this are stuck. And there's a little layer of warm and natural batting. Is that what you call it? Batting?
Yeah.
Behind each piece of fabric. So it has a little bit of squish, but it's not like a big piece of batting or anything. It's just a little that warm and natural. So you can see it's a little popped out, but
yeah, it's a perfect.
Very happy with how they turned out so far. So I just need to get some trim. But that took a good amount of time yesterday afternoon. Jessie took the girls Christmas shopping for me, and I got it all out and used I walked while you were sleeping and did all of that. And then I don't have a picture of this, the Mary and Minty, but it's the Brenda Gervais Mary and Minty. And I decided after we did our Flosstube last Sunday, I thought, I think I have a piece of fabric that would fit on, and I think I'm going to do it. So I'm up through part 2 as finished. Yeah. But I made a mistake and did this too high. I have no idea how. I mean, I was counting this whole thing up.
Too high.
I had these stripes down and the deer, and then I think I went like 10 rows too high for this border. I think it's supposed to be more like
right up against that snowflake.
Oops. Yeah, like right here. Okay. And then I stitched these snowflakes after I did the border.
Oh.
So I think there's a Santa in the next part that goes here. And then I think I'm just going to put a few more fill-in snowflakes around just to make it look
If you're a new viewer, you can get that pattern on her Facebook, With Thy Needle and Threads Facebook page. You don't have to even join the group, or you can just
right there. She posted it recently in her links, and you can just follow the links.
Yeah.
Print it right out. So I still need to print out the third. Is it just 3 parts long? I think there's only one more part. Maybe there's 4. 3 or 4.
There's 4, because the fourth one is the string of popcorn that he's.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think the fourth clue is very long.
So I basically need to do the Santa and the string of popcorn.
And that's, by the way, so that's a huge gift that she gave the stitching community.
Yeah. And it's been fun to stitch and pretty relaxing. And I think it's kind of fun to have the parts. It's like, I feel like I'm almost stitching a mini pattern to get through one chart, and then the second chart, it kind of helps me with like my goal orientedness to think, oh, I can see like a big owl, I think, in the tree outside. I've been trying to figure out if it's an owl or a hawk. That's all the stitching and knitting I really did this week. I'll show you the thing I made for Rosie next week, but it's tucked away and I did not want her to see it because she doesn't have any idea, I don't think.
I got nothing finished. That was it. I do have a little bit of haul though.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I had looked at this magazine briefly in the store when it first came out, and I thought, oh, it's okay, but I didn't buy it. But then Carolyn Zook from C Zook Stitch did a flip through of it, and she pointed out this piece that is called the Piece Sampler. Piece must be a big deal for me because my other one is Winter's Piece. It's called the Piece Sampler in there, and so this is why I bought it. So the verse on this, it's just sweet. It says, "We shall find." I think because of 2020, this just really. It says, "We shall find peace. We shall hear the angels. We shall see the sky sparkling with diamonds." Now, I love it, but I don't love the colors, and I'm not one who I just don't know why the colors don't really do it for me.
But that's easy to change.
Yeah, and so I think I'm going to get brave. She did it some people stitched it along with her, and it's beautiful. And people that have done it in these colors, they turn out beautiful. They're just not what my choice would be for it. I don't know what I would do different, but I am, and it's got some Smyrna crosses and a couple other specialty stitches. I think there's a couple of beads maybe in the holly, but I think some people just did, or maybe it's French knots, but some people did beads, but. No, she calls for gold seed beads somewhere on here. But anyway, I bought it today when we were grocery shopping because, I thought I kind of like that piece. And I think, it just kind of gets me when I read it because it's been just such a rough year. And I think we all are looking for some kind of peace in our lives, maybe. So I got that. And then last week I had shared that we had done our Sarah was with me at my house when we recorded because we had our big joint birthday party for our November, December family birthdays. And my son and daughter-in-law had bought me the Christmas elf fairy from Nora Corbett. And I've not stitched a Nora Corbett, but this only comes as a
egg gatherer.
Yeah, except for that. That's my first one, I think. Maybe I did some long, but it came in the mail. It's this adorable. Okay, I gotta take it out of here because I mean, maybe because I'm a Christmas baby. Maybe that's why I just love it so much.
It is really cute, though.
It is cute.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know where the camera is. There we go. How's that?
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah. I think Robin Bird's Eye Stitcher did it and passed the pattern on to C's Stitch without the kit stuff, I think. She did not apparently do the wings, but I'm going to do the wings. But the kit came with everything. It came with all those specialty flosses. It came with the beads. I think it's all classic color works, but this was a real treat. So for my birthday, as a recap, I got this.
Fun to have all those
flosses. I know. This isn't very big. It's not a very big piece.
No, you're not going to use like any of that green hardly. Or, you know.
Stitch area is 5.5 by 7 3/4. Stitch count is 86 by 124, so it's not very big.
Oh, yeah.
And then so I got this for my birthday last week, and then I also mentioned that I'd gotten, Sarah gave me a subscription to the World of Cross Stitch, right? World of Cross Stitch.
Which I looked at that subscription. It didn't say this before, but I think your first one won't come till like March. So I'm sorry about that. I don't know if that's because of Amazon, because I did it through Amazon. Right. But anyways, so
that's okay. Okay. When it comes, I'll be surprised.
And you'll have a whole year of issues. So.
And then I placed a couple orders from 123 Stitch. Yeah. Anyway, so because I did my Whipco board, and one of my Whipco pieces is that the Nora Corbett Sunflower Fairy, which you can look up. And I bought a grayish fabric for that.
Oh, that's pretty.
And I'm going to buy the Valdani threads for it.
You are?
Oh. It's yellows and oranges. It's very fallish. So I think on that fabric will be really pretty. Yes. And it calls for a few, not too many, but it calls for a little bit of specialty stuff. And I just went ahead and bought them. I thought, you know what? It's going to be a long, gloomy January. I want my stuff. So I got the beads.
Oh.
Which I haven't done beading in so long. And 2 Krennics. I think they're Krennics.
Ooh, Krennic.
Aren't they pretty?
You're gonna love that. Those are pretty.
So I got that fabric, and then what was interesting is that I forgot I bought this fabric for Sunflower Fairy because I also bought this color fabric. I thought for my Joyful World SAL piece that Sarah showed her big piece. So I decided to go with a gray instead of a brown. And it's a pretty big piece that I need. So when my shipment came in the mail, I'm like, why did this little tiny piece come?
Yeah, you were telling me, oh my gosh, I ordered the wrong size. That's not even close.
And I'm like, what the heck? And so I was really confused by that because I also had ordered this piece of lamb's wool, which is also for a start in January. It's just a little floral bloom piece that I'm going to do. Anyway, so these two came together, and I'm like, why did I order such a small piece? I mean, I had several pieces in my cart, so I jumped online really quick, and I ordered the big piece.
Oh,
guess what?
Again?
It's coming.
So now you have 2 of those coming. Oh, you can just give it to me. No, I'm sure you'll use it.
Because I didn't look at my order. The orders were all out of order. And so when I looked at my order history, I didn't see, because I had some other things that I had ordered that are a surprise. And so I was looking at those. I had like 4 different shipments coming from them. And I thought I ordered the bigger piece with this. So I sat there the other day thinking, what did I buy this for then? And I realized I bought it for the Sunflower Fairy. Oh. So anyway, I've got 2 more big pieces coming. I was like, good grief, Kim. Somebody else talked about this on their Flosstube. The other day, I had a shipment come from a company called Everything Cross Stitch, which I don't think I've ordered from before, and I don't remember even ordering from them. And I got these flosses. I don't know where they are right now. I got like for fancy flosses. And I'm like, what are those for?
Or they were something that you needed them for, and now you don't know what. So just hold on to them until it comes back.
I needed them for this piece. Pretty sure.
Oh.
And I think what I did was I ordered them and then
picked them up at your LNS.
And then I went to the LNS like a few days later and thought, oh, I think I must have forgotten I'd ordered them, which I'm glad I did.
So bad.
Because they took forever to get here. I mean, I'm this far into it, and those flosses just came. So I must have gone to my LNS and found them and just bought them there. And so now I've added to my stash.
Oh well.
Yeah. Anyway.
Gift. We have. Is that all your haul?
Yes, I do have a giveaway though. We were talking about.
Yeah, I was going to show what Rhonda sent. So we had a sweet follower, Rhonda, send us a bunch of patterns to share or keep. Like, so we'll pull out a couple that we like, and then we're going to give away the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I'd just show them because these are going to come up mostly in giveaways at some point in the future. So thank you, Rhonda. What a sweet gift. So we've got Little House Needleworks, Old Colonial.
And there's some really cute charts in here.
La-di-da. This one's called Flower Basket. I'm not going to pull them all out, but yeah. And this is another Little House Needleworks. This is Fresh from the Garden, and I love this one. I think I'm going to keep this one.
Well, and then we can pass it when you're done.
And then, yeah, I'll just pass the stash after I stitch it. That wouldn't take, I don't think, that long to stitch. It's just a couple borders and a bunch of words. And then that one would probably stitch up fast. This is called Abby's Needle Keep by Scattered Seed Samplers. Look how cute this is.
That is adorable.
Pins and needles. I'm sure I had finishing directions in there, and it's all different. This is not cross stitch. I don't know what you call this. Woolen cotton cord, but it's like little bee skeps, and it has all the directions to do it with wool and cotton cording. I have no idea how you would even, like, I don't really know. The bee and the flower.
Look inside, that probably tells you where to order those kinds of things.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I don't know where. I mean, I think on Etsy, I've seen Etsy shops that sell wool, like wool pieces.
Probably wool rope.
Really wool fill.
It just says strip of wool, dark wool. They're done on a styrofoam tree cone. So those are cute. There's also sent this punch needle, which I've never done any punch needle. Bittersweet with all those funny clumps on the edge. There's a shepherd's bush bulb, blossom and bud. It's called, that one's called Bulb. Redwork Primitives. This one's called Sweet Bird.
Wow.
Such a treasure right here that we get to share. Friendship.
That one I like.
Needle.
Nan. Is that just Nan? Is Nan Lewis just Nan?
Nan Lewis. Is that just Nan? I don't know.
I don't know either.
Threadwork Primitives. Is that the same? I don't know.
No, she has her own. And look at how sweet that is.
Signs of Spring. Look at that bunny.
Oh, how cute is that? That little chick on top of the basket.
No, and the bunny on top of the Easter eggs. That is so cute. The last one is this. What's it called? Gather Friends.
Oh, cute.
Holding it out of
got some great giveaways coming up.
I know. So those will be coming out in the future. So thank you so much, Rhonda. What a special gift in the mail. And then I have a giveaway. You have a giveaway.
I do. And actually, this giveaway I originally bought for myself and thought, oh, I love that pattern. That'll be really cute. And then I had, in one of my many 1, 2, 3 stitch purchases that I made in the last couple of weeks, I did have a pattern in one that I specifically, I think, picked out for a giveaway, but it isn't here yet. And I thought, well, I started looking at this. I thought, I really like it, but I probably will not stitch this anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
I've got so many other things going, and it's a little Christmassy, but a lot wintry to me.
I would totally stitch that and put it up January through February. So
sweet. It's so cute, and it's it is Brenda Gervais with a needle and thread, and it's Holiday Hoopla, and she does. I know I made a big deal about trying to only find patterns that had conversions. She does not convert this over to DMC. But there's not that many. It wouldn't be probably hard. I mean, there are websites that you can look up and convert. And I think the only thing that you would maybe want the fancy floss for would be the white, because.
But even then, if you did B5200, it would still be really cute, bright white.
What's it call for? It calls for eggshell. You know, I am using a white on that winter's piece that I love, and I don't even know, I've never used it before. It only has like 4 colors in this. It is White Lightning, but it's actually got a gray running through it, and it's in those swirls.
Oh yeah, it's really pretty. I know.
But if I see if I can get my piece up. So this is a piece that I would really see the gray in there. It's gray and white.
That's nice for the snow. Snow.
Yeah, it's showing up a little grayer on this camera than it is in real life.
A little more white, really.
But yeah, it's this, and you can kind of probably won't be able to see it here, but there is some gray.
You can kind of see it. I'm right here. I'm not going anywhere.
So that I'm going to kind of maybe stock up on that color because I kind of like it. But yeah, you certainly would not need fancy variegated flosses for this piece, other than if maybe the white would give you a little variegation, but even then it wouldn't really matter. And maybe the red, but again, would it really matter that much?
But it would. I think it's so cute, just primitive like that. I think it would be fine no matter what. What do you want?
Huh?
Oh, go ahead.
This is one of our giveaways, and I guess we should have them say something like hoopla. Put hoopla in your comment.
Hoopla. Okay, hoopla in your comment. And then I'm going to give away this. This came from, oh man, from now on I need to put sticky notes on who things came from so I can remember, because we kind of have gotten several packages this fall and winter so far. But if you're watching and you gave it to us, thank you. I just turned my overhead light on so I'd have a little more light, but it made me look really orangey. Sorry about that. This is Heritage Village Collection, Cross Stitch Patterns, North Pole Series, and what they've done is it looks like, and maybe everybody knows about this, I've never seen this before. They took these, I'm trying to find a good example of one. Okay, they took like these Santa's Village things, and then they stitched them into patterns. Let me see. This is not the same one I just showed you, but so this whole book is full of basically Santa's Village patterns stitched, or designs stitched up into patterns.
Wow, you could do a lot of things with those if you were if you liked houses and snow scenes. That's a cute one.
I know. I mean, it would be really cute to have. Oh my gosh, can you imagine like an Afghan? Each one of these is a block or something. I don't think I would ever have the patience to do that. But Santa's Bear Works.
Cute. I love the holly in the corners.
No, it's in the border.
Garland.
Kind of fun that it's just on, 2 corners. So for example, this is the actual Santa's Bear Works Christmas Village piece, like ceramic or whatever, collectible thing.
Yeah.
So this whole book is full of those. So I think if you want to put the word book in your comment, that would be great. Maybe you want to give us a book recommendation. I'm always looking for good book recommendations, but you can just use the word book however you want. It doesn't matter. So we will send these out. Sorry, this has got it on.
Actually, is hoopla going to be too hard? People going to spell it wrong?
Do holiday. Just singular holiday.
Yeah, just holiday.
But if a bunch of people say hoopla, well, do holiday.
Yeah.
When I'm editing, maybe I'll try to find this and put a little note on the bottom. When we say to do hoopla, say no, actually do holiday. Because then holiday.
We've changed it up.
So these are the 2 giveaways for this week. Thank you for leaving all your comments last week, even though we didn't even have a giveaway. I'm all caught up. Are you caught up on sending out giveaways? So if you've won something from us,
I think it's Christy that's waiting for the. Is it Christy that's waiting for the red tree? The little tiny.
No.
I'm so sorry.
Maybe.
Whoever won that, I just did not get it together to send with my husband to the post office.
Christy won the little. I don't have it noted down here. Let's see. The red tree, I think, is actually I do have it noted down. Christy won the penguin, which I think I sent out this week. She got that out. And Cheryl
Tattersall.
The red tree.
Won the red Christmas.
It will come. And Kay up in Canada, your pot holders are coming. They're in the mail and hopefully will arrive. Who else did? I'm remembering your last name. I want to say Sylvia might be the name on your email, but that's not the name you used in your. Anyways, the person who won the last holiday book, that's in the mail.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we gave one.
Anyways,
So
I'm all set up. You just have the tree to send out to Cheryl.
Yeah, I do. And I'm so sorry because it's taken me a while. And you'd think with a mailman for a husband that would have been easy for me to do, but I don't know. I don't know what's wrong. I just have too much to do.
Mm-hmm.
I on top of what I didn't tell you, but on top of all the wrapping and stuff that I did, I've also worked. Like the other night, I worked for 4 hours. I worked from 9 p.m. till 1:30 in the morning because I had taken a little bit of time off during the day, a couple days to do an extended lunch. And because work is just piling up, it does that at this time of year. And I thought, if I don't do this, Monday is going to be horrific. And I only have to hang in there Monday and Tuesday because I'm taking Wednesday off and then we're closed till the 4th. But your father is off starting tomorrow. So I have to work 2 days here with him putzing around and me working hard. Don't like it. I don't like it. So I don't have a lot of stitching goals this week. I'm hanging on to my hat maybe.
Yeah.
I'm hoping tonight I'm going to stitch some because I'm not going to wrap any tonight. Everything's pretty much caught up and I'm not going to cook tonight. I'm not going to bake tonight.
Yeah, me either. I'm hoping to finish the little gloves I'm making. I would love to finish Mary and Minty, but we'll see if that happens.
I think I'll work on that tonight. And for my magazine monthly for December, I need to put a couple of hours into our Things of Autumn piece. I had put that down. And then I will have completed my challenge, which will be the first month that I've actually gotten. I might have made my goal one other month, but so those, yeah, I'm just going to kind of go with what feels good. And we hope you all have a Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. I know maybe some of you just did Hanukkah. I think Hanukkah's over now, right? 8 days. I think it's over.
I don't know anything.
But I know that, we could have some people that celebrate Hanukkah. So happy Hanukkah to those people and
happy holidays, no matter what holiday you celebrate. We hope it's wonderful. And we may not record next week. We might. It depends on how we feel the day after Christmas. But we would be together. So we might be able to.
Our day after Christmas is a homemade noodle. We call it noodle night. Sarah makes homemade noodles.
Call it noodle night.
We just call it noodle night now. It's our 3rd year to do it, 4th year to do it. 4th year, I think.
Text. Are we doing noodle night this year? I'm planning on it. So I made
noodle night.
It's like a family recipe for egg noodles that I finally can get, I feel like just right after now having Grandma's recipe.
Yeah.
So when Grandma passed away and Mom took her recipe boxes, some of her recipes, in there was the recipe for the egg noodles, which I tried for years to replicate my great grandma's egg noodles because Grandma and you never really felt like you could get them. So I was like, fine, I'm going to do it. And so for years I've made egg noodles trying to get them just right. And I never have found one that's just right because great grandma would make these noodles and they would just melt in your mouth and she'd cook them in turkey broth and then we'd serve them over mashed potatoes. It's kind of a common meal, I think, kind of more common in the South. It's not something I grew up eating other than just at the holidays with great grandma. So anyways, when you sent me that picture of Grandma's recipe and it had a cap full of oil, which I'd never seen an egg noodle recipe that had oil in it. And I think that made all the difference.
So you've done it since I gave you the recipe?
A few times. And every time they turn out like melt in your mouth.
Yum.
Yeah. So I think we got it now. This will be the first year.
I think after we eat noodles, we're going to play Family Bunko again. Because I think, and Andrew seemed a little surprised about that. I said, no, I think people wanted to do it at least one time over Christmas. So it's a fun game that we can all play and the girls can play with us and they like playing with the adults. So
yeah, Bunko is fun. If you've never played it, it's pretty fun. Dice game, and it's kind of easy for younger kids to jump in and play. Like Rosie's only 7 and she can totally do it. And
fast paced. It's just really just rolling dice and collecting points. I mean, not even, Anyway, so we have a busy weekend coming up and I'm sure everybody else does too. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope you can maybe celebrate with people you love. I know some people aren't doing that. And I know it's just a really, really hard year for some people. So
we've basically totally quarantined so that we could come for Christmas the last couple of weeks. I think everybody else pretty much has besides work too. So we're really excited to do that.
Having to go to a grocery store. I think that's about all of us have done. So we're going to try to be safe.
Yeah, so happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We'll see you maybe next week, and if not next week, then the week after.
Bye-bye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.